Hi, this is Sadish Kumar Armugam from SA Tech channel. Today we are going to discuss about Sitecode JavaScript services. Sitecode JavaScript services JSS is a SDK kit. It's enable us to build a Sitecode application using JavaScript framework. It was released as a part of Sitecode 9. So it is formally called as headless architecture. Headless means disconnected architecture. You can do development in two ways, either code first or Sitecode first. Sitecode first, you have done all the changes, and you can using the JSS service, you can get the whatever the changes you have done in the Sitecode, and you push to development environment, and you can do the change. Code first means everything you done in the solution, Visual Studio solution, and from command prompt you just deploy the solution to the Sitecode. Okay. Basically we are using a currently we are using a 3 JS for this: Angular, React, and Vue. So prerequisites for this application is Sitecode Experience Platform, the Sitecode 9, and Node.js is required, and the NPM also required. Its features of JSS. JSS basically use a node-based command tool to communicate with React or Vue or AngularJS. Okay, so it is a JSS. They commonly call a JSS client. The workflow, it will allow code first and Sitecode first development. Okay, application integration means JSS will have the facility to your app can import into Sitecode XP. That is, in code first application you can import whatever you have changed in the for an example, you have used React.js, whatever you have changed in the React.js in the source, the YAML file, you can push to and deploy to Sitecode. This is application integration. So application integration is just a very easy, friendly one. And cross-platform. Headless is an application where you don't have any dependency, okay, and easy to deployment. So it's like bundled, and you can deploy the bundle and easily manageable. Scalability. The CDN, proxy, and Node.js server are scalable. The concept I am going to cover in this session are steps for setting JS application in Sitecode, and how to install JSS client, choose JSS application template, create application using selected template, exploring the applications, and describing the folder structure like data, Sitecode, SRC, and finally I will give a demo. Okay, here we are setting up JSS application in Sitecode. First, we are going to where the React.js application path is there, and we are going to install NPM. Okay. After NPM install in the Sitecode, this path Sitecode / system settings services API key. In that item, I'm specifying giving the controller field is there. I'm putting it as allowed control field to start. Okay. This will allow the controller to communicate with Node.js or React.js or whatever it is. Run, and then I am running a setup. So if you in the command prompt, if you use after install npm, you running the setup, that it will prompt the host name, API key, which is the current. Previously I have provided allowed controller, the API key, and website name, etc. and path of the website you need to provide. It will prompt. Okay. Next is setting up JS application. Okay. This will after you run npm setup, so it will create a scjs.config.json file in your solution. That file will have all the details. Whatever you have created during the setup will have all the details. Config.js, scjs config.json will have this content. Okay. The API key and service host and CPUR and instance path. Okay. So once you've done this, you can view this, you can view the website, you will see in this, you have the website details as well. After that, you need to include below settings, this settings in your sitecore web.config file. Okay, this set handlers for the sitecore JavaScript services you need to include in the web.config file. And I'm adding a site definition and the sitecore config, and then I'm running the command npm run deploy config. So what we've done is this will deploy this above specified site definition, which are updated in the newer React applications. Config will be updated in the sitecore app config in JJJ folder. Okay. Then finally, you can deploy the application using npm run deploy code first command. This will deploy all the binary files into the sitecode. So what are the JSON, JSS, YAML file into the sitecode. Okay. Then you will see in the content editor, you will see JSS advanced app, components, content, home, page components, about, portfolio, service, everything is created. Let us discuss how to install a JSS client. So you need to download from the JSS client application in GitHub. You can download a JSS client, like for example, if you're using React.js, or else you can download sitecode JSS/ping, and you need to install like npm-g at sitecode JSS-CLI. Sitecode -JSS-CLI. Okay, you can install the JSS client. After that, you need to choose a template which is suited for development. For an example, I'm taking React template, React application template. Okay. So I'm creating application based on my template. So I give like this: JSS create my application name is my app and React. React is the application template for it. When you run, it will deploy two things, and it will deploy all the necessary settings required for that application, and it will create the app. And when you provide a JSS start after the deployment, if you give JSS start, go to the directory, give cd the directory application directory, and in the next command you give JSS start, then your application will be started and loaded. Okay. Then if you browse in the browser localhost 300 is a default port associated with JSS application. So when you browse like this, it will come as a 3000, and you will see the default websites. Okay. Exploring further, so what are the solution look like? How the solution look like? You have created the applications. What I explained is you can able to install NB client, NPM, and you can create an application. This is create my app, React. After that, you change directory. You go starting this JSS start. Then you will see when you edit the solution in the path, you will see this kind of solutions where I am editing in Visual Studio, that is suggestive way. Okay, so my JS application, I'm having data, models, publish, script, server, core, SRC. So we will see what are we will see deeply one or two folders. What is the use of data? What is the use of sitecore, and what is the use of SRC in upcoming slides. Data is nothing but it will allow to create component-like structures. It will allow to create all the data items which are required for the component. For example, it will have this partition folder: component, content, dictionary, media, routes. A media file, you will have all the media files related settings, dictionary required for the applications, content and component. Let us see content and component. There is a global component, we can place it here. Content, we will have the reference item of the content, but doesn't have the associated presentations The routes will have the all the content and navigate to the presented item, presentation associated with them. Okay, these are the folder structure for the data. Data will in turn have component content, dictionary, media, and routes. Okay, site code. Okay. In the site code folder, in the solution, we have site code folder. Site code folder is mainly for you need to create a template. So in that we have config definitions, components. Components means you can define the template. Definition you can write it for that template. For an example, I will show you. This is the component sample component manifesto.com. It will have the field definitions. Okay. Single type text, content type, common file type, so this text. Okay, SRC. SRC actually the source code of the applications. SRC is normally the source code of the application where you can go to that field, you can render to the presentations, whether this field is required or not, or decide here, or any business logic can be written here in this SRC folder. Here asserts components will have the JSS as well, respect to JSS, where you can provide commands for that particular component. Okay, content block means you can provide the content block. In the previous VC site code, we are having the definitions. Site code components, we have the definitions. That is template. Here we have the item for that, and you can provide the data as well. Okay. Then finally, I will show you how to create a sample web publication using JSS. Thank you guys. If you like this video, just subscribe it and comment it out if you require anything. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe it. Then only you can able to view all my updates. Okay. Thank you. Hello. I will show you in this demo. I will show you how to download and install Node.js, install Sitecode.js client, create JS application using React.js, Sitecode.js application, create a new component, test newly created component in the browser, get Sitecode ready for the deployment, deploy the JS and test home pages in experience editor mode, run JS application in connected mode. Okay. First, I will download a Node.js from here. I'm going here and downloading Node.js. First, I will install Sitecode.js client. npm-install rg-g sitecode-js.client. I mentioned in the early in the video. So it will deploy all the Sitecode.js client application. Yeah, it's got pretty much deployed. I'm checking the version of the JSS. It's 11.0.2. I like JSS version I'm providing. Now I'm creating a JSS app demo using React.js application template. So I give the command JSS create app demo React. So it will create the applications and deploying now, deploying in progress. This way what happened, installing all the packages required for the applications. pretty much done. Our application created. See, it's simple. JS application is ready. JS app demo application is ready. So maybe now I am going to change it directly to that part and give JS start. Starting the JS Sitecode JS application. Now our application loaded. If you browse it, the default port associated with is 3000. Okay. I'm going to the source path. See, this is the application what we developed here. What we see the sample applications. I will load here Sitecode first model. Connected model. You will see the implemented JS gates, everything single line, multi-line test, rich text box, file number, checkbox. This is a sample JS application. Install. I'll show you how to create a new component. So, the PowerShell directly to JS app demo, and I'm providing JS scaffold my first component. So it will, when you give the command, it will automatically scaffold, automatically create all the necessary template which are required for my component. So my JS app demo folder, I create a component by must component. So I'm editing in Visual Studio here. I'm navigating to the path. Selected the app demo and it's being loaded. It's loaded now. Now you see inside code definition, you will see our component definition. That is my first component. Have all the template details. By default, it has a single line text, that is heading. Heading is the name of the template. Field. This is where you will find the template. So I am adding another field here, head description, and I am providing the rich text box, multi-line text, rich text. I'm going to data and routes where YAML file is there, where I can associate the placeholder. I'm calling my component name, my first component here. Fields, I'm providing what are the fields need to be displayed. I'm specifying with the data heading. I am providing this value, my Sitecode JS application demo, and heading description I am providing some value. So what happened is, in the data folder, I am providing the data for the template I have created in Sitecode components. So now I have provided data. It's like creating item in Sitecode. I'm providing the data. Now I am testing here. I browsed it. You see, I added in the ENML, and you will see my first component and my first common JS application demo when I browse that home page. I created applications. Still now I didn't go to the Sitecore part, I only created a sample applications. I just browse the applications. In the Sitecore side, I created this component, I created the template and template definitions, and in data YAML file, I provide the value for that. So in the search as assert folder, SRC component where we can code, can customize. You will see that this is like a UI rendering. If you remove anything here, it will be removed from the solution. If you want to save and browse or modify something, this is the coding part where we can use our business logic according to the website requirement. So now when I browse, you see this shuffle. Yeah. Now I am going to deploy the applications. Okay. Whatever I have developed a sample website, I create my first component and I create a template definition in the Sitecore component, my first component, and YAML file I provide the field data in the data folder, and when I browse it has replied. So an SRC folder, you similarly have components in that you can able to see you can able to change or apply business rule if you require. The way it should display. Data folder you provide the data, and then SRC you can still change the field order or everything SRC, and business writing business logic as well. I'm opening my content. I'm going to deploy it to my Sitecore. So in settings, as I mentioned, I'm creating app key, inserting app key for it. So in the allowed control to start. So let us name it as JavaScript API key. I'll copy the item ID as well. Put it in Notepad. So I'm removing the hyphen and curly brackets. I'm here, course original, and I'm making allowed control star. From this API key, it will communicate to the Sitecore. So we are putting a star here and allowed control as a star as well. Checking. Here's controller service. Okay, so our copies our controller. You want to control this, or you can simply put star to allow all the controllers, the graphical QL. Sorry, API services. So I'm allowing here allowed controllers. If you want to generically you put star simply, then it will allow. And I impersonate user, extranet, anonymous. Here are the API settings for the old application. So I'm allowing all the controllers. I'm specifying a few controllers name, and I'm impersonating extranet users around. So I'm publish the content. Then going here, browsing my applications, my item ID using a API key. If you see, browse it, you will see the definitions what we created. This is my application where home page where we have this all the item details of the API key item I have created. So this is the overall architecture of integration and data flow. So finally, you have this development. You can use Visual Studio or Angular editor or some other editor tool when third-party vendors that will import service. Okay. Likewise, the architecture flows. Now come here. Let us see the AS application demo. Here we need to provide the config and everything, the details. Just open post editor and I'm allowing I'm making JS application demo host file, updating JS application demo host file, and I'm go to the bindings. I'm adding the binding JS application dev local. Okay. Then I'm giving the command JS setup. What we'll do is it will ask all the details. What is the path name, cycle folder path name, and host name, and folder name, and API key as well. Everything. Host name I am given, and import service as APS demo, local sector, API JSS, import API key. I am providing API key copy. I am providing the API key. Okay. This is our setting has been updated. An existing has been created. Come here, come down, you have JSON, where you will see all our settings updated here. Now JCS app demo. Whatever we are given there, deployment URL, API key, everything will be coming. Now I am going to deploy the JS application. That's my component. So I am giving JS deploy config. Only this config file might be updated. It will create a config, the app include config, and it will update it. See, I'm going to app demo and deploy config. Updated based on the JSS config section. The path you go and see, you will find the details. Now I am deploying the application, including content and including dictionary. So I am deploying JS deploy app, including content and dictionary. Everything it will be deployed to our solution. Data, media files, other folder structure, and JS and config and everything will be uploaded here, renderings and everything. So my first component, everything will be uploaded to our site code. So the progress now completed. Now let us go and see in the refresh and go and see the content where you will find JSS app demo, application demo, home. You will find page component, my first component as well, page component. This is a component for us. This has a field, heading and header description. Let's just like an item which has data in it. Go to experience editor of home. You see our components, data sources added here. You still save anything, want to amend here, I'm changing the title here, Same here. So now the JS is not disconnected, it's connected. Now I am updated the heading field in that item. So I am running in a connected mode. Now your React.js solutions come to Sitecore. Now I am going to the command prompt and I am running whatever I have changed the heading. So I am running in a connected mode. I am giving JS start connected mode. Connected. Then if you see whatever we have changed will be reflected here. And if you go and check the solution as well, solution data YAML file, you'll see the JavaScript library. NVM package will help us a layered capability in JavaScript, layered service, physically rendering from the content delivery, server-side rendering, Node.js integrate with the Sitecore rendering, application import, generate Sitecore artifact from JavaScript source. These are the 4 elements which are available in Sitecore, which help us to do the migration from application to JS application to Sitecore and Sitecore application to JS. JS library will have the NVM package with Sitecore layout capabilities in JavaScript, physical rendering of our content delivery, layered service, and application import will have general Sitecore artifact from JavaScript source. So this 4 element will be using 2 action that size layout service exposes, getting the output of the whole layout item like or whatever you given here. See, or if you go in the URL, you will see main item. You see that is applicated. Okay, that's all it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you are interested, if you want to know anything, just subscribe it. Thank you very much.